Joining me, Laura Ingraham, old friend. She is host of the fabulous Ingraham Angle on Fox News. Laura, it is wonderful to see you. Thank you for doing this. You're fabulous. So a couple things in the news. I mean, so you got this new guy coming in. He's a short-term player on the Federal Reserve Board. It's maybe a 4-month seat. He could be renominated. It could be a long-term thing. But the bigger point is, you know, he's going there, I think, to join a couple of other members who were appointed by Trump because interest rates are too high. And there is a suspicion, I have it, many have it, that Jay Powell really wants a Trump recession. Jay Powell really wants to throw a monkey wrench into Trump factory building or Trump manufacturing. What do you think of that? But I think that's what Myron's going to do. He's going to work for Trump for a change.
Yeah, I think the Wall Street Journal had a piece that was kind of gloomy about American manufacturing thus far. And I would say to that, Larry, you're 100% right. The fact that the interest rates are artificially high because of Jay Powell's spiteful campaign, given the aftermath of the tariffs, any lag in manufacturing, which again I think that's premature to say, is related to that. Obviously, the cost of borrowing, but also the big beautiful bill hasn't really kicked in yet, right? The deregulatory piece of this, which is ongoing, is just beginning to kick in. So this idea that oh well, manufacturing isn't. Blame Jay Powell for any lag and wait until we see what happens with all the build out of the energy facilities that are going to be booming in the first part of next year, especially. So I think you're right. I mean, Trump wants the Fed to be reformed. I think he wants prosperity at home. And to what Ducey said, I just left the White House, and I'm very optimistic about a meeting taking place next week. It looks like it could be on Friday, if it happens at all, probably in Europe. Trump wants peace, and Putin wants more territory. They're going to have to meet in the middle. But prosperity at home, peace abroad, that's his agenda, and safety in the streets, Larry. I think that's really what Trump's next 3 years is going to be all about.
I want to get back to factories in a second, but you mentioned a meeting next week. Is that a bilateral meeting or a trilateral meeting, or what kind of meeting you think it's going to be?
It's not determined yet, I don't think, fully, but I think Trump wants to eyeball Putin and make it clear, look, you're probably, I'm putting pieces together here, but you're not going to get all of Ukraine. That's not going to happen. That's ridiculous. But this has to end. You're getting beaten up. India's going to have to pull back on the oil purchases, or they're going to get slammed in tariffs. China's going to be the only game in town, and they're under a lot of pressure, too. And I think he's going to say, look, this is a killer. This is your chance now. Take the chance while you have it to try to begin down the path of having some type of relationship with the United States of America. And I think he wants that to happen, but he's never going to be played for a fool by Vladimir Putin or anyone else.
And Laura, are you surprised? Just pick up on China for 1 second. That Trump has not either publicly or privately said to China, you've been buying all this Russian oil. By the way, they've been buying all the Iranian oil, too. Yeah. You've been buying this Russian oil. You've been financing their war with the Ukraine. Just as he doubled the tariff on India from 25 to 50, he could double the tariff on China, which is 30% plus 25. But I'm surprised he hadn't gone after China. They've done just what India did.
I agree. The big difference, of course, is rare earths and what we need from China, because we outsourced all of our own capacity and everything we could do in the United States to Asia. I mean, the outsourcers put us behind an 8 ball. Trump has to dig us, has to pull us back from that side of the table where we actually reindustrialize the essentials that you talked about before in the lead up to this segment, Larry. I mean, he can't do it overnight. So for us to move forward with our own electronics, with our cars and everything else, we need the chips, we need the magnets until we have everything up and running in the United States. That's going to take some time. I mean, there's going to be a lag here, but that bringing the investment to the United States in key U.S. manufacturing, not just foreign companies coming over here and setting up shops, but U.S. manufacturing. No cheating by going to India and then trans-shipping to the United States. We can't play that game anymore. U.S. manufacturing, American workers, watch the H-1B visas. I think Trump is moving. He's so far ahead of everyone else, and he's been right on all of this stuff with the tariffs. Everyone's playing catch up and trying to say, oh, now I'm seeing the light. Trump understood this, and it's going to be, stops and starts, but we are on a very, very strong path right now. I'm very optimistic, especially as the new year hits, when we really begin to see the ramp up of all this building out in the United States.
And Laura, the more I think about it, with respect to trade and the tariffs, reciprocal tariffs, I mean, I think factories, Trump's a builder. And whether it's foreign direct investment or domestic direct investment, you look inside the One Big Beautiful Bill, you have these really important incentives to build factories. For the first time, you can expense a factory in 2 years, not 30 years, but 2 years, which is amazing. Plus, you can immediately expense equipment and research and development. And he's got these strategic areas, which you were just mentioning. All right, and I would add defense to that, chips, drugs, pharmaceuticals, things like steel, aluminum. That's he's got like a master plan. He wants America to be independent here. And you can buy down your tariff, Tim Cook, but you must show me all your investment is going back into the United States.
Yeah, but you know what we found out today?
It can't be India.
But you know what we found?
It can't be India. It can't be China.
We just found out today
here.
that he does have a big investment plan for India, despite telling President Trump that we weren't going to do, he wasn't going to do India. I just read in the trade press that he has a big, huge facility opening in India. Billions of dollars it's going to cost.
So what good is that? What good is that for us?
No. But just to close out, Larry, we either have to be, if we're going to be a superpower, then we have to be independent. On the essentials. Otherwise, we got to get out of the superpower business altogether. And we can be like, I guess, Australia or something. But if we're going to be a superpower, we have to have our own electronics, our own satellites, our own cars, our own defense, our own rare earths, our own magnets. All of that we have to have. And medicines. Otherwise, we're not a superpower, really, for long.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree. One last thing. You had Jeanine Pirro on last night. Love Jeanine Pirro. Okay, sworn in as the U.S. attorney. That's great. Trump could take over Washington, D.C. It's possible. So, Laura, with that possibility, you're the legal beagle, not me, but if he had to take over Washington, D.C., I have another candidate. How about New York City? What am I supposed to do with Mandami the commie up here? Maybe I can get to, can I bend the president's ear to take a good look at New York City?
Well, that would be a little bit harder, but not out of the realm of possibility. But look, D.C., like I lived in D.C. for like 30 years, right? D.C. is in so much trouble on so many levels. It needs to be a safe, prosperous, welcoming city. But if you don't have safety, you're not going to have investment, right? You're not going to have people, and you're not going to have income earners and tax revenue. So the tent city's got to be cleaned up, the filth, the crime, the rampant crime, and the revolving door of criminality in D.C. I would not be surprised if Donald Trump ordered at least a temporary federal takeover of D.C. I'm going to call it a takeover, federal control of key areas of D.C. Because if we don't have a capital that's secure, again, are we really a superpower?
Right.
I don't know. It doesn't. Pretty tough call there.
Spot on, Laura Ingraham. Thank you ever so much. Such a pleasure to see you. Really wonderful
Tune in
stuff.
Tonight. Can I plug my show, Larry?
Absolutely. I was going to do it, but you can catch Laura.
Okay. But can I tell you what we have on tonight?
Sure.
To be a real pain.
Go for it.
All right. We have an exclusive interview with Holly, who is the woman who was savagely beaten by that mob in Cincinnati. This is her first television interview, and it's very emotional. I'm looking forward to talking to her, but that's tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Terrific stuff. The Ingraham Angle, weekdays, 7 p.m. Eastern, Fox News. Laura, love. Thank you ever so much. Appreciate it.
All right.
Take care.